Our next presenter is with the San Diego County Probation Department. We have law enforcement in the room, and we wanted to make sure that law enforcement heard a law enforcement perspective as it relates to the as it relates to MAT. So, thank you.
I'm not a doctor.
Really?
So, when I was asked to come on the panel, it was more from a law enforcement perspective, and what does it really pertain to our jobs? So when usually when I attend trainings, what does it have to do with me? You know, so that's why I labeled that in law enforcement. Currently assigned to the San Diego PD Narcotics Unit under Drug Court. I work as a team. Multiple agencies are involved in drug court and our behavioral health courts. We have a district attorney's office, public defender, superior courts, and mental health systems are the main agencies involved. We have, as you can see, San Diego PD, National Security Highway Patrol, Coronado, Chula Vista, La Mesa, El Cajon, Escondido, the Sheriff's Department. Everyone is now becoming aware that it's a problem in the community, and they want to know how they can help, because a big part of your guys' time on the street is dealing with people with opiate and substance abuse disorders. Prior assignments, I was 6 years in AB 109, mandatory supervision, post-release police supervision. From the start, from about 2012, when it first came out, 2 years of high-risk adult probation, 4 years juvenile, and the last 2 years in drug court. Some of the talking points is really, how does MAT pertain to law enforcement? Your guys' job out in the streets and what you guys deal day to day. Number one, obviously we're here to save lives and protect community safety. But what else does it really pertain to me day to day? Basically, our law enforcement issues with dealing with chemical dependency, the change in roles for LE and public perception on how we should treat people with substance use disorders, the exhausting resources in dealing with individuals with chemical dependency. Basically, the evolution of MAT, starting with methadone, Suboxone, Vivitrol. My experience using that as a tool. Law enforcement, we have a lot of tools in our tool belt. MAT is one of them. You know, it's not one I use all the time, but some individuals need it. Basically, collaborative courts and basically how LE can get involved in becoming part of the solution. Again, public change in ideology and perception, how we talk, treat and deal with people with disorders. My experience in dealing with the change in the population since 2011, when the AB 109 bill first came out, we basically took the prison population and threw them back in the community. So what did that happen? I used to mainly deal with meth users. Then when the population came back, a large increase in opiate users. Now opiate users on probation, kind of like the mental health component, they don't last very long on probation because they use once, they disappear, they're ghosts. So what happens when you go on warrant? Most likely you're going to prison. So it's hard to treat, it was hard to treat prior to 2011, people with opiate disorders. Change in laws, you know, we have misdemeanors now for possession, so it's harder to get these individuals into probation so we can help assist with treating them, sending to the providers. Probation doesn't treat anybody, we assess, we evaluate, we case plan, and we farm out treatment to the providers. Now we're becoming the issue with the misdemeanors. We're dealing with the same individuals over and over again. So they're right back on the street. By the time these individuals get to probation, they've picked up 7, 8, 9 cases. The cases I'm seeing from drug court, I have like 10 misdemeanors. Before, drug court used to be 1 felony. You got a possession, you could be evaluated for drug court. Now you have people with 10, 12 cases. Law enforcement role has kind of changed. Again, we've talked about PERT, homeless outreach and community outreach teams, where LE is required to wear more hats. You can't just book someone to jail, call the probation officer for a hold when dealing with someone with an opiate disorder. A lot of the agencies gone away from some of the gang unit street teams. Now it's all just homeless outreach, mental health issues, drug issues. Our job is changing. We're dealing with fentanyl-laced narcotics, needles, diseases, Hep A. These are the hazards of our job. Increased identity theft. We're required to investigate more and more crimes for the same individual just to get them into the system. We're chasing ghosts. And you're chasing misdemeanors to try to get a felony, so we actually do something about it. We're exhausting a lot of resources to deal with chemical dependency, homelessness, deaths, bookings, additional medical screenings in jail. How long does it take to book someone in jail these days? Overcrowding of jails. Cycle releases. You're not taken to jail, here's a ticket, show up to court. Mental health. This is increasing, taking you guys off the streets and dealing with the same individuals over and over again. What do you do with them? What do you do with them once you catch them? Now, when I first did the PowerPoint, I actually had to go back and rewrite everything I put in there because I actually use all these: drug addict, alcoholic, relapse, substance abuse. I'm like, dang, I failed this PowerPoint already. So I had to go back. She's like, hey, where's your PowerPoint? I'm like, dude, I got to change everything. So we're using substance.
Words matter. Huh?
Words matter.
Thank you.
Chemical dependency. I'm like, oh man. So even my language I have to change, so I apologize if I use addict. So the number of opiate deaths, I believe this is nationwide. Over 46,000 people died in 2017. I pulled up this slide because I look at when I first started dealing with the 81I population in 2011, you kind of see the increase. That's how I kind of associate with it. What I take out of it, I'm now dealing with more and more opiate addicts, and there's more choices, and they're using fentanyl and all these other products in our drugs, and people are dying. This was from Sandag. Who do you think probation uses as the #1 agent for detox?
Jails.
Exactly. Because I do use McAllister, love McAllister, but the bed space is limited. You have 10 bed spaces? Well, I need 50. So that's where I'm at with that. Some of the facts for bookings: almost 4 in 5 adult females and around 3 in 4 males tested positive for at least one drug when they were booked into a detention facility. Meth is still the #1 choice for individuals testing positive for people in jail. So law enforcement deals with individuals with substance use disorders a lot. It's probably our #1 people that we deal with.